Bed rotting has become the shorthand for spending an entire day buried in your sheets, usually framed as a necessary act of self-care. It involves a specific set of behaviors: grazing on snacks, drifting through a hazy doze, and keeping a stream or a show running while you scroll through your phone. But there is a gap between the intent and the result. Instead of feeling restored after 8 hours in bed, you wake up feeling heavy, ashamed, and more exhausted than when you started. If rest is the process of recharging your biological battery, this behavior is a drain. It is proof that physical stillness is not a guarantee of physiological recovery. This exhaustion isn't a failure of willpower. It's happening because of a massive mismatch deep within your nervous system. While your body is completely immobilized on the outside, your brain is working at a high-speed, demanding pace on the inside. This diagram compares the two states. While the physical outline on the left is at a standstill, the neural pathways on the right are being hit with a fire hose of novelty and social comparison. Your nervous system is receiving two conflicting signals at once. This leaves the body in a state of biological uncertainty, unable to commit to a recovery cycle. Your brain runs an autopilot, a prediction engine that constantly scans your environment to decide if you are safe or in danger. As you lie there, the autopilot tries to make sense of the data. It sees a body that isn't moving, but it also processes the high-stress, hyper-stimulating inputs coming from your screen. This threat gauge shows how the autopilot interprets those inputs. It registers your physical stillness not as sleep, but as paralysis. Your physiology reacts as if trapped. Muscle tension remains high, breathing stays shallow, and your system burns metabolic fuel at maximum capacity. This state is called functional freeze. You are under a fuzzy blanket, but your internal engine is redlining while the physical car is parked. When you finally get out of bed, your nervous system is more wired than before, and your brain feels further behind on its daily tasks. That physiological deficit often turns into a spiral of shame, which causes your remaining habits to collapse. We usually try to fix this by doubling down on self-criticism or attempting to force a rigid discipline. But adding more pressure only signals more danger to an already overloaded system. A nervous system cannot be shamed into feeling safe. Viewing a biological threat response as a moral failing only ensures the cycle will repeat. Real recovery requires parasympathetic activation, a specific biological shift that allows the body to power down and repair itself. This shift has clear physical markers. Your muscles must release their tension, and your heart rate and breathing must slow down significantly. This schematic shows the transition. For the jagged frequency to smooth out, the threat system must receive undeniable signals that it is safe to stop scanning for danger. Restorative rest is an active physiological process. It requires specific environmental cues, not just the absence of movement. The goal is to convert a rot day into a rest day by changing the signals you send to your brain. This starts with sensory shifts: dimming the lights, using softer sounds, and keeping water and simple nourishment within reach, so your body doesn't have to work to find them. Most importantly, you have to remove the artificial threat inputs. That means turning off the screens that are currently confusing your autopilot. Replace scrolling with an actual nap. Closing your eyes and powering down gives the system the permission it needs to let its guard down. Spending a day in bed is a valid form of biological maintenance. By removing the mixed signals, you finally allow your nervous system to do what it was designed to do: heal.